Hi.
First of all, congrats on the win. I know coming off on a pretty tough losing streak. What was kind of like the morale going into the game?
The group was ready. There was spirit out there. They're professionals, you know. The group knew what we had to do tonight. We fought from minute one. We wanted to be the aggressive team. We understood that. We had to flip the script. I think I said that earlier in my press conference. We had to flip that turnover, and we did it tonight. You know, our defense fueled our offense tonight. We turned them over for 31 points. Got out and ran 44 points in transition. We saw what we're capable of when we're playing with that type of energy, spirit, violence, whatever that is. What you saw there in the first two quarters and then even into the third quarter was a team that was committed to each other and playing the right way.
Coach, it seemed like it was nice to have Herb Jones back on the court tonight after missing the last 3 games. He was everywhere.
Yeah. Well, that's what Herb does. You know, he's everywhere. He fuels our defense. He covers mistakes. He's so active. I mean, to do what he did tonight, you know, Luka's a phenomenal player. To do what he did tonight defensively, he deserves a ton of credit. Belongs in the Defensive Player of the Year category, in my opinion. He has that type of effect on a game, and you saw that early on. He set the tone for us. I think B.I. and Z set the tone for us offensively, the way they shared it, they moved it, they trusted their teammates. I couldn't be more proud of those guys.
Yeah, we talked about assists before the game and the assist total. You did have 31 the other night. It just appeared that tonight's total was a little bit more impactful to the game. The way you shared the ball, is that what you envision night in and night out?
That's the vision. That's the hope. That's the goal right here, is that we're tougher to guard. We have plenty of weapons on the floor. If we trust each other, we space the floor. As I said earlier in our press conference, spacing is critical for us. And tonight we trusted our spacing. We got into our sets. We moved the ball. We shared it. Guys knocked it down. Even when we didn't make shots, we were there to gobble up some offensive rebounds or put pressure on them. So keeping our pace is really important, but also getting to our spots quickly and spacing and trusting each other is the vision for this, correct?
The starting lineup you guys threw out tonight, not a ton of three-point shooting, but I mean, how do you keep the floor spaced and do what you want offensively, even when there's not a ton of shooting?
That's good. I mean, it's a good question. I mean, we're gonna. That group was fueled by our defense a lot. A lot of their stuff's going to be done in transition and flow. But, you know, we're just going to have to get creative with how we space guys. On the backside, we're going to cut. We can be at the rim a little bit more. As you saw, Z and JV playing together in the two-man game at the rim. We got to get a little bit more creative with that group, which we have, and trust it. I mean, Herb's capable of knocking down shots. Dice can knock down shots. We trust them. We believe in them. And I think you saw that tonight. So, and then when we continue to add more shooting on the court, it's going to get even more interesting for our opponents.
And defensively, you guys started with Dyson on Luka and Herb on Lively. Can you just explain that decision and why it was effective for you guys in this game?
Well, I think we just wanted to slow them down early. We didn't stay in that coverage the whole time, but we wanted to give them a different look. As we talked about, you know, you got to mix up coverages. We thought, you know, putting that matchup there, we could switch their pick and roll with the 5 and maintain size on the big. They hurt us a little bit on the board early, but I think it slowed down their offense a little bit, and that's what we did tonight. We just broke up rhythm. We disrupted them. Guys were really committed to the game plan, what we wanted to do defensively, and I think you saw that.
You talked before the game about the importance of getting out in transition, scoring. The team ends up with 40-plus fast break points. I mean, what kind of fuel?
I'm assuming that's our high for the year.
Yeah,
it's got to be.
For a long time.
Yeah.
I guess what kind of fueled that tonight for you guys?
Well, I thought it was our activity defensively. I think we're capable of doing this. You know, we want to get out and run. We have the athletes and the speed to do this. Unfortunately, we haven't done it to this type of level in the last, I'd say, 4 games. So I think a lot of that was our defense. Obviously, we turned them over, right? 20 turnovers, we turned into 31 points, so we deserve a ton of credit there. But even the shots that we rebounded, we got stops out of, we're looking ahead, we're trusting each other, trusting the kick ahead. We got threes, we got rim, we had Z at the rim, we had kick-out threes. When we play at this pace, we're just going to be tougher and tougher to guard. It's just trusting it, and our guys really trusted and believed in it tonight.
Jordan had a pretty tough night a couple days ago and come out.
What did he do? He kept shooting the ball. What was he?
25 tonight, I think he ended up with. What does it say about
a lot of shots up, 12. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, what does it say about a rookie just to continue to shoot the ball the way he does no matter what?
Well, we want our guys to play with confidence, and Jordan's one of those guys. You don't have to tell him to shoot the ball. He has great confidence. So if he's open, knock it down, And we've seen a couple of games like this so far for a rookie. I think he's up there. I don't know what he's made, how many he's made as a rookie, but I think it's got to be up there as far as, most threes made after your first 10 games. But when he's doing that, it spaces the floor. He plays with great pace. A lot of his stuff he's getting in transition. As you know, if you tried to run from one end to the other to get to the corner and shoot the ball, it'd be pretty tough. It's tough to do that. He's able to do that right now with his speed. So we love what he does for us. We love his confidence. That's why we drafted him. We believe in him.
Coach, just to talk about the defense a little bit more, one of the big things was, Dallas was not able to get those second chance points that they got in the first game that you played against them. And also, it seemed like you did a much better job of restricting their movement, keeping guys in front defensively and not allowing them to cut through the lane or find soft spots in the defense. Was there something that you worked on in the day?
There's a couple of things. Number one, they took pride in guarding their man one-on-one. I think you saw that physicality by Dyson and Herb. Even Z was out there on the perimeter, moving his feet, guarding one-on-one. That's the first thing. Secondly, when there's such a dynamic pick-and-roll team, they're one of the best pick-and-roll teams in the league. With Luka, Kyrie, it's tough. The part of our slowing them down was our switching, of their pick and roll, limiting the rotations on the backside. I think in the first game, we were rotating all night, and that's tough against a team like this. Tonight, we slowed them down with our switching, changing some matchups, so I think that's a big part of it. But the biggest part was just our overall physicality on the ball, our pride one-on-one to guard. When shot goes up, we were in better position to rebound tonight. So great effort by our guys defensively.
I thought JV had a really good game. Although, Dallas is a huge pick and roll team, easily could have played him off the floor, but he was able to kind of stay in front of guys. Can you speak to his game today?
Yeah, I thought he was great. I mean, JV's been a pro all year. He's a fantastic player, and we knew tonight they were going to try to pick on him. They're going to try to go at him in the pick and roll, and even the ones he was in, I thought he competed. He was much better being up at the level and back and dropping and moving. I didn't see them getting downhill a whole lot on him. I can think of maybe one possession where Kyrie got by him and he turned the corner. But in general, he stays in front. He's active. He rebounds. He did a nice job for us offensively as well. As you saw, we posted him a little bit. He was able to make some plays out of the post for his teammates. He's had a real effect on this team this season on both sides. And he just stays with it. You think he's going to be run off the floor with his size, and he just finds a way to stay on the floor.
We talked about Brandon and Zion and just needing more from those guys. What did you think about the games they had?
Well, as I said, I thought they set the tone for us, offensively. Their ability to share the ball, move the ball, to me, set the tone offensively. That's where the assist started, trusting their teammates. B.I. was very aggressive getting downhill. He got to his spots. I thought Z had a transition game tonight that he's capable of. He got out in transition, found some easy stuff. I thought he just played the right way. That's the whole key right now with our team. It's just play the right way, make the right play for each other, trust each other, and this is what we're capable of. And I thought B.I. and Z both set the tone for us in that regard.
Kind of to that point, being able to get this win and snap that 5-game losing streak, and even winning in the manner that you did, putting the complete 48 minutes together. Do you think this is something that kind of springboard the team forward, knowing what they're capable of when they play the right way, like you said?
Well, it's our choice to do that. This is a choice, right? I think we're capable of doing this. Now we got to respond. We responded to our last loss the right way. Good teams, great teams respond to wins too. There's another game in a couple days against a very good team. In a couple days. Can we build on this? Absolutely. But we don't want to rest on this, and it's one game. We responded the right way. Now we got to respond to a win the right way on our home court. I think that's on Friday night. Yeah.
Coach, you might be interested in this defensive stat, but we've got a first time tonight in franchise history, and the first time in the league this season, all 5 starters had at least 4 assists and 1 steal. And it's only happened 3 times since the start of the 2005-06 season.
All our starters had 4 assists and 1 steal. They're capable of doing that. It's special. I mean, they had a special night. Now the goal is to continue to build on that and keep competing. I thought they were fantastic. They deserve a lot of credit. Good. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, guys.
James talked about before the game was getting more easy baskets in transition, 44 fast break points. How much of that was a part of the win tonight?
That's a big part of the win. 44 fast break points, that means we were getting stops and rebounding, and we were out. And that's where we thrive at as a team, as a unit. When we're in transition, I think it's tough to beat us.
It just looked like there was offensive flow tonight. I mean, why do you think you guys had that out there collectively?
I mean, we just took a bad loss on our own home court 2 days ago. And that's why I said it's the beauty in the NBA. We get to see the team again 2 days later, and we came out here and handled business. Now we got to keep the momentum going.
We talked about defense a good bit the past couple of games. What do you think was the biggest change on that end tonight?
It started with Dyson. I know everybody has their own opinion, but Dyson pressing up full court like that, but not only pressing up, because it's not easy to make Luka get out of his game. He was really getting into Luka, so it started with Dyson and it carried on to everybody else.
Speaking of that, what kind of difference did Herbert make tonight coming back and going back into the lineup?
Herb is Herb. Like I said, I didn't think a man can get better on defense like that, but he steadily proves me wrong, and he's just not only a special defensive player, his offense is still getting better, and he's just a great teammate. I mean, him, Naji, and Dyson, and Hawk too. I mean, rookie asking a rookie to pick up Kyrie Irving or Luka Doncic full court for majority of the game. That's a big task, and they go out there day in, day out, and they do it.
What do you feel like makes Herb a great teammate?
I mean, just being vocal. When you come to the league, the most advice you usually hear, the thing you hear the most is they got to hear you on the court. Whether it's on offense or defense, you always hear five. You always hear them.
It seemed like to start the season, you weren't really having a lot of fun playing basketball, just as a group. Tonight, everybody was involved. Everybody got touches. Everybody was engaged on both ends of the court. Was there something that clicked in the day off? Was there a conversation, or was it just?
We took a bad loss on our home. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No.
We took a bad loss on our home court, and not only that, but games before that, finding ourselves down 20, 25, sometimes 30. I mean, that's not us. I think we kind of put too much pressure on ourselves coming into the season based off the expectations, when in reality, what we do best is we be ourselves and have fun. I think we did that tonight.
Speaking about Brandon was able to push the ball a lot today. He was able to find you. What is it like when that guy is pushing the pace and being able to find guys?
When an elite scorer like that has the ball in his hands and he's pushing it in transition, the defense has to respect that. So it opens the game up for not just me, but everybody else on the court. And we're able to get more fast break points, more plays to give the crowd energy, and not just the crowd, but ourselves energy as well.
How close do you feel like you are feeling like Zion Williamson? Because it just still seems like there's still some things you're rounding out. How close do you feel?
I feel like I'm a little ways away, and I hate to say it, and it's kind of what I refer to when I'm saying I'm taking a back seat, because I don't want to affect the team. So I'm kind of learning a new role right now, because I'm not where I need to be. Just reality of it is, and I got great teammates who are pushing me every day because they know what I can bring to the table. So, I mean, one way or another, I'm gonna figure it out.
And it seemed like, especially in the half court sets, there was a big focus on kind of off-ball movement, getting everybody active rather than being stagnant when UNBI had the ball. How much was that a focus coming into this game?
I mean, that was just a big focus for us. Not just that, but a few other things. When if me or BI have the ball and nobody's moving, it's a little easier to guard. But if everybody's moving, like you said, everybody's touching the ball, it makes it a little tougher to guard, because now you have to second guess a few things.
And obviously the purple court was different, but did you feel anything different in season tournament out there? Did you feel different in the regular game?
Man, y'all saw what I saw. It was a lot of air balls out there tonight. Y'all saw what I saw. But we got the win. That's all I can ask for. You guys have a good night.
I heard 44 fast break points for you. James talked before the game about, just needing to.
Except for me?
For the Pelicans, not for. How much of that was a part of y'all's success tonight, just getting stops and getting out and running?
Yeah, I think it started on the defensive end. And as a team, we talked about that today and yesterday, about starting it on the defensive end and just running our stops.
What do you think you guys did well as a team to limit Luka tonight?
I feel like we guarded him as a team. Everybody was locked in defensively. I think that led to a lot of our fast break points.
The very start of the game was Dyson on Luka and you on Lively. Can you just explain, I guess, what the thought process was behind that and why it helped you guys early on defensively?
We thought they was gonna set a lot of screens. So me guarding Lively, I could switch on to whoever he was going to set the screen for.
And Z came in and was real complimentary of Dyson and the job he did tonight. Just what you think about his defense in this game and just his growth in year 2 on that end?
I mean, you always know what you're going to get with Dyson. He's going to show up, try to make the right play every time, man, play hard. And that's all you can really ask. I mean, he does it, night in and night out.
And just for you, being back out there, first, what was it like just trying to come back from that injury, and how concerning was it when it first happened?
I mean, it looked bad on video, but it wasn't as bad as it looked. It hurt me for a little while, but it got better. I made sure I could do all the things that I needed to do to play basketball that let me go. I just came back and played as hard as I could.
And what was the key for you just to make the impact you did tonight on both ends?
I mean, I was just out there hooping, trusting in my instincts and believing in what I saw.
When you're out, obviously the team is much different defensively. When you're watching what's happening, when you are sitting on the sidelines, and during the losing streak and when things were going wrong, when you get back into the situation tonight, and the stakes are what they are, the in-season tournament, and all these things, how do you mentally, what was it that you bring to the table that makes all of your teammates say how much of an impact you have, how good of a teammate you are? What is it that you try to bring every night?
I just want to be an everyday dude. My teammates know it. I try to show up and be the same guy every day in terms of energy and effort. You can't really, you won't knock down shots every night, but I know I can bring my defense energy and effort to the table every night. That's what I try to do.
Well, tonight you did knock down shots. You scored 19 points. How do you feel like you're growing every game offensively, knowing when to pick your spots, when to be aggressive, and kind of help the team out on that end?
I mean, I just continue to work hard every day. I'm shooting with Coach Fred, Aaron Miles. I'm still working hard as ever every day. And I think that's what I would credit it to, just being confident in my work.
When you see Brandon pushing the pace like that, getting him fast break, getting easy buckets, what does it do for the team? How do you guys react to it?
I mean, we love it. And Coach always emphasizes that he wants us to play faster. I think, B.I. did a great job. And like I said, as long as we continue to do those things, I think we'll be all right.
And another thing Z said was you always hear five out there kind of speaking about just how important your voice is on the court. I guess why has it been important for you to develop kind of the vocal side of your game and making sure you impact the game in that way?
I mean, a lot of the coaches, they tell me that the guys will listen to me. I'm not a super talkative dude. Like, I won't necessarily try to embarrass somebody, by hollering at them or fussing at them. I'm more so the dude to bring somebody to the side and tell them what I see. But I just continue to try to get guys to play hard. That's all I really care about. I don't really too much care about the X's and O's. As long as guys is playing hard, we'll figure it out on the offensive end. But we compete defensively, I think we'll be okay. Appreciate y'all.
Jordan, it was kind of a tough performance for you Sunday. What was just the mentality to bounce back and improve tonight against the Nance?
I mean, we all have bad games. This is one game, so I'm not really tripping about it. So I just know I got to come back a lot more energy on both ends, and that's the biggest difference I made between Sunday and today.
Yeah, I mean, how much of being a really talented scorer and a shooter is like no matter what happened in the game before, like, I'm just gonna come in and do what I do.
I mean, I just have that mindset since I was in college. Don't care if I miss a shot. I know the next one's going in. I mean, that's the shooter mentality you got to have. You got to have tough skin to be a shooter as well. So, I mean, I grew that on my way here. So, I'm going to use it now to as much as I can. Me having a bad game, missing a shot, then hang my head, just knowing the next one's going in. So, because my team needs me. So.
You couldn't have expected, to start your rookie year and to have these, in the starting lineup, and you've been matched up with Steph Curry, Kaiser, and all these things. Mentally, how have you approached that, and how has that boosted your confidence playing in those games and having success?
I mean, I'm supposed to be here, so it's just another day. I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, the names you mentioned and all that stuff. I mean, growing up since I was young, but I know I'm supposed to be here. I know what I've done to get to this point. I mean, all the hard work I put into to getting here. So, I mean, I'm not saying like I'm supposed to have these games, but I mean I'm not surprised as well because I just know how hard I worked to get to be at this point and how much sacrifices I made. So I'm not going to let the moment get too big, or I mean I'm not going to act like I didn't do something special as well. I mean just keep it in the middle. That's why I approach everything. So.
And it seems like every game we're talking about. Most threes through the first 7 games,
Yeah.
the first 9 games, now it's through the first 11 games.
Yeah.
I guess, what do you kind of think when you hear that, kind of the historic, context people are putting starting?
I mean, it's dope. I mean, when it's anything you see NBA history and your name next to it, it's really cool. I mean, it's a blessing. But I gotta keep doing what I'm doing, helping my team, and that's all I'm trying to do. So, the awards and all that stuff, if you perform, it'll all fall in line. So.
Coach Borrego talked about your ability to shoot, and more so like jokingly, like Jordan just got up a lot of shots tonight.
Yeah.
How difficult is it to really, shoot in the NBA? You're running to corner to get threes in transition. Talk about the work ethic you had to put in to be able to do that.
I mean, long summers, summers in the gym all day. I mean, I go all the way back to my youth of shooting the ball. I mean, being outside every day, double rooms. I mean, even in the cold when it was snowing, like just always shooting the ball, find a way to play basketball. And when I got to high school, just like I just loved shooting the ball. It's like when it's perfected craft of shooting the ball. I mean, I knew I was an athlete, but I knew other guys was an athlete as well. I mean, I wasn't the biggest guy, so I had to learn something to separate myself from other people. So shooting the ball, I mean, you can be on any team and shoot the ball. Every team needs a shooter. So I've been working on it since I was a kid. So.
Speaking of athlete, you tried somebody.
Yeah, hey man, I gotta make it. Man, it's gonna give me nightmares. I gotta make that one. Yeah.
And this is the first time all season I had heard Naji
Yeah.
and Dyson out there. Just what do you think about the way they impacted the game defensively?
I mean, there are 3 elite defenders. We can just see how the game changes for us, how many transition points we had today when those 3 guys are on the court. I mean, they're such a boost on the defensive end and in the offensive end. They were knocking down shots as well. I mean, so they're vital to this team, and it's good to have Naji back and Herbert back. So
Cool. Thanks, Austin.
appreciate it.
Thank you.